in my 20s. I stumbled my way in. And what I found is a secretive Christian organization called The Family that had been hiding in plain sight for over 80 years.
The Family is a Netflix documentary that caused a little bit of a stir when it came out. So, what's it about? What caused all this fuss? And most importantly of all, is it any good? Well, let's start off by looking at the description for this documentary series. An enigmatic Christian group known as The Family wields enormous influence in Washington, D.C. in pursuit of its global ambitions. It's a documentary series, as I mentioned. There's 5 episodes and they range between 45 and 55 minutes long each. It took a couple of episodes to get going, in my opinion, but when it finally did get going, therein lay a really fascinating story. The thing that held it back for me initially was that there's these really cheesily acted reenactments that take up the bulk of that first episode. And even though there's an actor of the caliber of James Cromwell in these reenactments, they were just so poorly acted that it really distracted from the message and the story that they were trying to tell. For me, I came to watch a documentary, but these reenacted pieces really blurred the lines between documentary fact and dramatized fiction. So that was a little bit of a drawback for me in that first episode. Thankfully, though, after that, the reenactments begin to peter out. And then we get into the real details of this group and some of the things that they've got up to. And there, as I said, is a very interesting story. It's quite amazing how this religious group has wheedled its way into the American government and other governments around the world. And it really gets you thinking about what kind of policies that these guys are pushing and what kind of strings that they're pulling behind the scenes. And they very much are behind the scenes. They take great pains to stay out of the spotlight. And this is emphasized in the documentary. And I get the impression that this documentary, in fact, barely scratched the surface of exactly all of the things that this group has got up to or has been involved in. It's an intriguing story, and it is certainly very thought-provoking. It'll definitely get you thinking about the unseen forces that are at play out there in the world, pulling strings for their own benefits.